What up, everybody? In the drug game, much like life, there's good days and bad days, ups and downs, and wins and losses. But how you handle your wins and losses shows a lot about your character. So today I'll be discussing the 4 biggest winners and losers of Power Book 44 Season 2, Episode 2. Go ahead and drop your biggest winner and loser of the episode in the comment section. My biggest winner of Episode 2 is Diamond Sampson. Diamond, Tommy, and CBI hit the lick of a lifetime, robbing their connect, Miguel Garcia, for probably anywhere between 20 to 50 bricks of cocaine. Robbing the connect is a no-no, and it might have consequences eventually, but for now, Diamond and Company found a major come-up. There won't be any immediate consequences here because they were able to also blame the robbery on the Serbs, who shot up Miguel's spot earlier in the episode. Tommy and Diamond are currently pricing their bricks at $31K. So if you multiply that by 20 to 50 bricks, and considering they won't have to pay back the plug for the product, they should be sitting real good. But this was not the only reason why Diamond was the biggest winner of this episode, because Tommy also hit this lick with him. But Diamond was also able to elude his PO for another day when he showed up at the barbershop. Diamond is no longer just using the shop as a front, but has it open for business and everything looking legit. It looks like Diamond also moved out of the nice penthouse that Jenard had him living in and moved into some kind of basement, which does make sense because Diamond just finished spending 15 years in prison, locked away in a cell. So he probably feels more comfortable in that little basement that he's living in than he did in that nice penthouse. Because of Diamond's PO coming to check on him, Diamond was also able to avoid the shootout between the St. Prince crew and the Serbs, which is also a big plus in my book. Had Diamond been there, you never know, he might have got shot. And to add the cherry on top, Diamond hooked up with 2 different females in one episode. We also found out that Diamond had a female CO he was hooking up with while he was locked up. And I said all that, but didn't even mention he also got Jenard to fall back from going after Tommy. Getting me to the next biggest winner of episode 2, and that is Tommy Egan himself. Much like Diamond, Tommy also hit a lick of a lifetime robbing Miguel, but did have to get shot to learn the information about the drop. But after getting shot, he did have a chance to connect with Maria again, and she actually started flirting back with him this time and told Tommy he had some pretty eyes. And Tommy has also started to gain the trust of Miguel and his crew after taking a bullet for him. The next winner of episode 2 is Vic Flynn. Vic is down bad, so it's hard to imagine him winning at life right now. Vic has even begun using cocaine. But for what he's trying to do in taking down Walter, he is now in the position to do so. Vic is abusing cocaine, binge drinking alcohol, and because of that, he's beginning to lose his mind a little bit. Vic hooked up with a random female in the liquor store closet like he couldn't have just taken her out to his car or something. Then when the owner tried stopping him, he pulled out a gun on him and robbed him at gunpoint for the few dollars he had in the register. As a result of this, Vic got pulled over, tased, and arrested. None of that seems like a win. But after he got locked up, Walter showed up at the precinct, got Vic released, and said the charges would be handled. but getting your charges dropped after an armed robbery might be the biggest W of the whole episode. It was at this point Walter made a major mistake by taking away the Southside project from Claudia and agreeing to give it to Vic, because Vic said if he was going to get involved, Claudia couldn't be anywhere near it. He did that to prove to Claudia that Walter was going to betray her again. Now Vic is in the position to get his revenge on Walter by destroying everything he built from the inside, because that is what Walter did to Vic when he got Gloria killed. And my final winner of this episode is Stacy Marks. Stacy Marks was trying to get a task force to take down Tommy, but was not approved. She would need approval from CPD first, who she had beef with after launching an investigation into CPD concerning civil rights. But unfortunately, at the end of the episode, a member of treason who was close to Chewie disobeyed Jenard's orders and took a shot at Tommy Egan but missed and hit a little girl. As a result of this tragedy, Stacy Marks is going to get her task force. Getting me to the biggest losers of episode 2. Now, if the two biggest winners got their W by hitting a lick, somebody had to be on the other side of that lick, and that is Miguel Garcia. I'm not even going to lie. It got to a point I actually started feeling bad for Miguel this episode. I'll go on record and say I do not respect Tommy and Diamond for robbing Miguel. That is some sneaky, grimy stuff. But at the end of the day, the game is grimy. So I guess it just comes with the territory. But on top of being robbed, Miguel has also been deceived to think that the Serbs was who robbed him. And now he will go to war with the Serbs against the wishes of his boss, El Che. El Che must be doing business with the Serbs because he told Miguel that they have a pipeline that Miguel and his men could not fill. By going to war with the Serbs, Miguel will put himself and his family, especially Maria, in danger, who El Che already threatened. The cartels play by a different set of rules. They will hold your civilian family members over your head as leverage. Well, at least Miguel doesn't have any kids. The next loser of episode 2 is Claudia Flynn. Claudia Flynn was the biggest loser of episode 1. After JP leaked the Dahlia recipe online, Claudia lost everything she ever worked for. And things didn't get much better for Claudia in episode 2. She finally got the opportunity to run her own game. But before she could even get started, Walter took it away from her and gave it to Vic. While taking the opportunity away from her, Walter also insulted her. But keep an eye out for Claudia's next move, though. Last time she was insulted by Walter, she stumbled upon Dahlia. So that may be a sign that things are about to turn in Claudia's favor. I wouldn't be surprised if she turns to Brendan Doyle. Getting me to Jenard. He paid Miguel off and lived to see another day. So that in itself is a win. But Jenard now has to pay Mirkovich a tax until he gets his pipeline back. Jenard basically is in a position that he's living paycheck to paycheck. But instead of worrying about the lights getting cut off or not having enough to eat, Jenard's problem is his life is on the line. If he doesn't keep paying Miguel and Mirkovich, they will expect him to pay with his life. Jenard had plenty money stacked on the table and going through the money counter, but I'm guessing all that money is going right back out the door. He even had to take a loan from Shanti in order to pay Miguel. On top of that, he's losing territory. Diamond and Tommy made the play for Cousin Buddy and Gary, Indiana. So that should handle any issue D-Mac or Marshall had with them, making me to ask the question, will we see Cousin Buddy or Marshall in Season 2? And the final loser of Episode 2 is Maria Garcia. She has fallen for Tommy Egan, which is a big mistake because all his love interests end up dead. And Tommy just put her life in danger by igniting a war between the Serbs and Miguel's Saint Prince crew. And there you have it, the biggest winners and losers of Episode 2. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.